Hey guys, I'm Rex at TPS, and today we got the Mac. Not a gun review, but we're using it. Now, I have done a gun review on this, so it should be up. If it's not, then it'll be up soon. But we're not using it for a gun review today, because if you've seen that video, you already know what this does. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Now, this works for all spring type pistols. Anything which is a spring pistol has the same mechanism as what I'm about to show you in here. Okay, as long as it's a spring and it can do that. Okay, well this is almost completely useless, but yeah, anything that can cock out like that. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do in this video is show you the interior, and then after I'll show you how to unjam it. Real simple to unjam it, but that's a bit for the end. So in fact, no, we'll do it now. In your pistol, if you get this exact gun, if you jam it, you'll know, because you'll first of all hear this. There we go. And it'll sound a lot more suppressed, like the wind's getting blocked. Well, that's because it is. It's getting blocked by a bullet. Okay? Now, you can see this easily by cocking it back. Bloody hell. Cocking it back. There we go. Shining a torch in there, keep enough for your eyes to look through, and you'll see. Or you can do it vice versa as well. If you got like a torch that could bend at the top, you can stick that into the part for the magazine, and you'll see the bullet in there. Okay, 9 times out of 10 you'll see it straight through the barrel anyway. Now what you need to do is cock it back and hold it back. Obviously, as I said on the review, I took the front spring out on this. That's why it stays back. It doesn't otherwise. But yeah, hold that back. You can hold it like that. You know, that'll be perfectly fine, providing that you ain't got sweaty hands. Otherwise, yeah, it'll just slide straight out of your grip. Okay, so yeah, you do that. That'll open it up at the part there, which I'll show you shortly. But it'll open up a part there where you can get something like, if you get a coat hanger, you can bend the hook into a straight part, or you will get unjammers with certain guns. Certain speed reloaders, there's a pipe with a stick-like thing that goes in. There's a plastic rod. Those can also be used as unjammers. Don't use an actual stick, because you've got a good chance then of messing it up if it's a functioning gun, unlike this one. So you stick that in there, push it down, you'll feel it stop, and then just kind of hit it down, hit it like that, hit it on the surface if it won't budge. But usually you can just push it in and the bullets will fall out the bottom. Okay. Same with electric guns, as far as I know. My M4 electric version jammed before, and I fixed that by pretty much doing the same thing, except instead of cocking something back, I just shot it in a way, because obviously this is how an electric gun works when it shoots. It does that constantly, okay? When it opens, the bullet goes in, closes, it shoots the bullet out, and it does that really quickly, okay? So if you can time it right, then when you pull the trigger a bit, and you stop, it'll open and stay open, okay? That's where you need it, and then you just get the rod in there. Obviously you'll need a lot longer than a coat hanger, but yeah, if you ain't got an unjamming system or anything of the sort, you'll have to just make something. If you have to use a stick, use it at your own risk, because you can risk then messing up the interior of the gun. Now, moving on, I'm going to show you the mechanism on the inside. Now, I would suggest using a screwdriver. These are usually, if they're the same over America, I think they are, but I don't know. Phillips, which is a star head screwdriver. I don't know if you could just about see that. Well, it's not flathead, you can see that much. Anyway, you need one of those, and you just got to find the screw parts then, like there, and there. And you can unscrew those and take it off one half at a time. Or, if you're willing to, because when you cock it, is, as you can see, that gap there. Yeah, that'll be for the inside part. It's all mechanism like that. You can simply just hook your finger and pull it off. So hook both sides, and you can pull it off. Okay, so I'm going to cock that forward. This is the part that was put back. You push that forward, and then you can shoot it, but sometimes you might have something fly away, so there we go. Now, there would be a spring about here, I think it is, but as I said, I took it off. But there is always 2 springs, at least, in a pistol, in a spring pistol. This one's for the power, the other one's to cock the top back. Okay, so let's see now. I'll cock this first, so I'll do it with the top on, because it's awkward too, and it's just time consuming without doing it with the top on, so. There we go. And so you don't need to cock it to get it off, it's just a lot easier. And with metal pistols, I do suggest unscrewing them, not just taking them off like that. So, here, where my fingers come through, where my fingertip is, that's where the bullet will go in. I'll show you now with the mag. The mag is empty though, but you'll see it nevertheless. So you can see that slit there, right where my fingertip is. That will have a bullet pushed in, up a ramp, which isn't there, that's the part which is broken on this gun, up a ramp and into the chamber by slotting it forward, okay? Now this part here, you'll notice that was where the spring was when it was shot. That is a pocket of air, which is ready to fire, okay? Now, it'll get fired through this little hole here, and that'll shoot the bullet out of that hole there. Okay, all lines up nicely. Okay, so that's that. That's pretty much how that works. Honestly, there's not much more to a pistol. This isn't. I wouldn't suggest doing this, especially with a gun you care a lot about. If you have a personal attachment to a certain gun, but if there's a gun that you bought relatively cheap and you just want, like a G1 for example, they're usually about £8. I wouldn't pay more than a fiver for them really, but what you can do, this can tighten up the spring, as I've heard it being called before, tightening up the spring, but this will make it a bit more powerful because it'll shoot the pocket of air chamber, which is the one right there. You can only see the back of it there because I ain't cocked it. Okay, that'll shoot that. Like it'll just spring it forward faster. And the way to do this, as I said, I don't recommend this, but if you wanted just to try it, it's only a slight difference as well, so it's not hugely worth it. That's why. If you've got a relatively strong spring pistol, you don't really need to do it any stronger. So I do urge you not to get greedy with that, because otherwise you could break your gun. So you pull this back when it's not cocked, okay? When you can push down the trigger and it won't fire anything. You pull it back and up like that. There we go. And that'll bring off your the rear part of your gun. Then you got this spring. This is a spring used to fire. I did stretch this at one point. You could do it more or less as many times as you like. You could do it to the point where it's nearly impossible to put it back on. If it gets to the point where it won't go back on, or it will shoot these parts up in the air when you fire it without the top on, or even with the top on actually, if it gets to that point and you've done it way too much, you need a new spring. I don't know if you could buy these off any website, but I mean it's a spring it's used every day really. But anyway, yeah, so dividing it up now, this is the part which shoots the air. It keeps a pocket of air in here, but it shoots it out with this part here. So it's like that. So this word this out now so you can see it in layman's perspective. So you got it like that. There's a little hook about here. I'll see if that's on the gun. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I could probably get you. There's a black part just under there. If you can see where my fingertip is, it's very hard to see from here. But you'd have to take the gun in half completely to see that. And I can't be arsed to put that back together, so you'll have to do that yourself. But I'm telling you what's there, so if you really want to fact check it, then go ahead, be my guest. Anyway, so you got like where my thumb is now, you got a little hook where you put cock it back, and it'll stay there. Okay, let's just see my index. I'm going to keep it there, and then when you push it forward, then or the spring will do that, the front spring, it'll go to about there, and then you fire it, and it'll go bang. Okay, that is shooting the air out of there, which will launch the bullet at whatever thing it is. So to stretch the spring as well, I will tell you how to do that, even though I don't advise it. To put it back first, so I will say now, is this rod at the rear, this black one, could be any colour on your gun. You slot it in like that, and then you fling the spring. Hold on. And then you put the other end of the spring into the part where it shoots the air out, okay? So you got the main part here, and then you got the other part here. It slots in like that. Spring goes in behind it. Slot that in as far as it'll go, and then connect it onto the back of there. And make sure that that fin or wing or whatever you want to call it, flap I guess, is all the way down. And then you've got to slowly edge it back. The spring will constantly resist it. Try and get it out the sides. You just got to fight it until it's in place, and push it down. And that's in place and ready to use, okay? That's the same with pretty much every pistol. If yours is different, you'll have to, and you don't know how to do it, and you want me to have a look at it. Obviously, you won't be able to send it to me if you're in like a different country or something, and you don't know me, so you may not trust me. But send me images of it, and I can try and figure it out and tell you how to do it from what I can see on the image. If I end up breaking it, it's your fault for not sending me it. So, to stretch it is easy as hell. One hand on either end, and just pull. Okay, you just got to keep pulling. It'll have a lot of resistance. You just got to keep at it like that. Obviously, stretch any spring too much, it'll snap, or it'll just straighten out. I mean, if it's really, really bad metal, it will snap, but otherwise, it'll just, it's like a slinky, really. Just fuck it up, stretch it out. It won't slink no more. That's pretty much what you've got to do, okay? It takes a while, so what I just done probably wouldn't do anything if it was an operational gun, but you have got to stay there for, I'd say, about 5 minutes to 10 minutes to get a decent stretch on the spring. And then you just slot it in like so. It's hard to see, I understand, I do apologise, but it's just a lot of hassle to do that. Anyway, and once it's in like that, where it's nearly in, you could just push it in, or you could slap it in, and that'll be nice and in and easy. So, once you've done that, then if you've unscrewed it, make sure, for God's sake, you don't lose the screws. It is a pain in the arse to get those screws, to find those screws on like carpet, or even laminated flooring, because they're usually black, so watch out for that. But yeah, once that's in place, then you'll have to line these little jagged parts here up, usually with the interior of whatever that is, like where my middle finger there is. There's 4 parts there, and there. And there's 4 parts there. That's got to match up, and once you're on there, then that should line up roughly. It's easier, a lot easier, just to unscrew it and then screw it back, and I think I fucked that up. To unscrew it and then re-screw it, providing you don't lose the screws. Or if you're just messing about with a gun you may have already broken, you just want to see how it works, and you know, taking it off the way I have, if it's plastic, is the easiest way to go. The reason why I have to make sure that it's plastic first is because metal ones are just a lot harder to do, so a lot more of a pain in the ass. There we go, and works still perfectly, if not better than what I just did. Oh my god, that actually works better than it just did. Okay, so there we go. So if a gun stops working for whatever reason, if you snap the trigger and it's just dangling there, that's a different thing, and I won't be able to show that. If you do that, however, I will post a video up and send you personally a link to your YouTube channel, so you'll know that I've done it for you, you know? So, but that's a lot more awkward, and that means I'll have to take the gun in half. I'll be willing to do that for you if you need me to. But that's just a simple way of, you know, finding out what's inside your gun. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Rex of TPS. Thank you.